As fate would have it, I was one of the students that he paid for.
Everyone knows the story of Denzel Washington and Chadwick Boseman. A famous actor helps a young student, and years later, that student becomes a star. But that is not the whole story. Behind the success, there was something Denzel did not understand at the time. He saw it with his own eyes. He watched it happen day after day, yet the truth stayed hidden. After Chadwick Boseman passed away on August 28, 2020, the pieces finally came together. The moments Denzel once questioned suddenly made sense. At 68, Denzel finally spoke about what he witnessed, and his words changed how many people see Chadwick's final years. So what was Denzel watching all along? And why did he only understand the truth when it was already too late? To find that answer, we have to go back long before Black Panther. A dream begins. Chadwick Boseman was born on November 29, 1976, in Anderson, South Carolina. Long before movie premieres, red carpets, and worldwide fame, he was simply a young man with big dreams and a strong love for storytelling. Most people think Chadwick always wanted to become an actor. The truth was different. He wanted to become a writer and a director. He loved creating stories that carried meaning and purpose. Even in high school, he was already writing plays and thinking about how stories could inspire people. That passion followed him to Howard University, where he became known for his creative mind and powerful writing. He joined the growing hip-hop theater movement and worked on plays like Hieroglyphic Graffiti and Deep Azure. Deep Azure came from a painful experience involving a friend whose life ended after an encounter with a police officer. Chadwick wanted people to think deeply about the world around them, and his work reflected that goal. Then an opportunity appeared that seemed too important to ignore. Chadwick and 9 other students from Howard University earned acceptance into the British American Drama Academy Midsummer Program at Oxford University in England. It was a life-changing achievement. The program could open doors that many young artists only dreamed about reaching. Yet a serious obstacle stood directly in front of them. None of the students had enough money to make the trip. They had talent. They had determination. But they did not have the thousands of dollars needed to attend. For a moment, it seemed like the dream might disappear before it even began. Behind the scenes, someone refused to let that happen. Phylicia Rashad, a respected actress, professor, and mentor at Howard University, believed deeply in her students. She started calling friends and asking for support. One call reached Denzel Washington. Phylicia explained the situation. She stated 9 talented students had earned a chance to study at Oxford University, but money stood in their way. Then he immediately agreed to help. He did not ask for any recognition or favor of some kind. He simply chose to give them a chance. Soon, a letter arrived. The tuition had been paid by a private benefactor. Chadwick finally had a path forward, but he had no idea whose kindness had quietly changed his future. Many years later, destiny would bring those 2 lives together in a way neither man could have imagined. Full circle moment. The years passed, and the young man from Howard University kept moving forward. He worked hard, stayed focused, and slowly earned respect across Hollywood. One role led to another. Then he stepped into the shoes of Jackie Robinson and amazed audiences everywhere. Soon after that, he brought the energy and spirit of James Brown to the screen. With every performance, more people noticed his talent. His journey kept gaining strength, and something even bigger waited ahead. Then came the role that changed everything. Chadwick became T'Challa in Black Panther. The film became a worldwide event. Fans celebrated it across cities, countries, and cultures. People saw a hero on screen, but they also saw hope and pride. The impact reached far beyond the movie theater. The success turned Chadwick into one of the most admired stars in the world. One unforgettable night brought 2 important lives together again. The Black Panther premiere in New York became one of the biggest events in movie history. Denzel Washington attended the premiere and watched the film. Chadwick finally stood face to face with the man whose kindness had helped shape his future. After all those years, he could finally say thank you in person. The moment carried deep meaning, yet Denzel handled it in his own way. He smiled and joked that he was there to collect his money back. The joke made everyone laugh, but it also carried a deeper message. Denzel saw what Chadwick had become, and he felt proud of the path that had started many years earlier. Another powerful moment arrived on June 6, 2019. Denzel received the AFI Life Achievement Award. The room was filled with famous names, including Spike Lee, Julia Roberts, Morgan Freeman, and many others. That night, Chadwick stepped onto the stage to honor Denzel. He shared the Oxford story with the entire audience. Then, he delivered words that echoed across Hollywood. He said, "There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington." He also praised the example Denzel set for actors like Michael B. Jordan and the entire Black Panther cast. Everything seemed complete. Respect had become legacy. Gratitude has become history. Yet behind the applause and celebration, a hidden struggle had already begun its silent march toward a heartbreaking truth. The dark side. In 2016, doctors diagnosed Chadwick Boseman with stage 3 colon cancer. The news changed his life, but almost nobody knew it. Chadwick chose silence instead of sympathy. He carried the burden alone and continued moving forward. What happened next makes his journey even more remarkable. While battling a serious illness, Chadwick kept working at an incredible pace. He stepped onto movie sets and delivered performances that inspired millions. Fans celebrated Black Panther without realizing the man behind the suit fought a difficult fight every single day. The applause grew louder, but the struggle grew heavier. Through treatments and physical pain, he refused to slow down. Chemotherapy became part of his life. Surgeries became part of his reality. Yet he never allowed those challenges to define him. He protected his private world and focused on the work he loved. That decision changed the meaning of every achievement that came afterward. Suddenly, moments that once looked ordinary began to feel extraordinary. The powerful speeches carried deeper weight. The public appearances showed greater courage. The long filming schedules revealed incredible determination. The hidden struggle remained locked away from the world. Yet someone nearby started noticing small signs that others missed, and those quiet observations would soon reveal the most heartbreaking part of this entire story. What Denzel saw. The moment that finally explained everything arrived during the making of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Denzel Washington worked as a producer on the film. Chadwick Boseman took on the role of Levy, a passionate trumpet player filled with ambition, pain, and emotion. This project carried special meaning. Years earlier, one man had quietly opened a door. Now both men stood side by side on the same production. From the outside, it looked like a powerful achievement. Behind the cameras, however, Denzel started noticing details he could not fully understand. Something about Chadwick seemed different. Some days, he looked exhausted. Some days, he appeared physically drained. Denzel paid attention because he cared. He watched closely, but the full picture remained hidden from him. A deeper reality stayed locked away from everyone around him. Later, Denzel admitted that he sensed something was not right. He wondered if something might be wrong. Yet cancer never entered his mind. Chadwick never talked about his condition. He never looked for attention. He never asked for special treatment. He arrived, worked hard, and gave everything he had. That commitment left a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. Another person also caught Denzel's attention during filming. Her name was Taylor Simone Ledward. She stayed close to Chadwick every day. Denzel watched her carefully. He noticed the way she looked after him. He noticed the way she stayed aware of his needs. He noticed the quiet care she showed at every moment. The sight moved him deeply. One day, Denzel pulled Chadwick aside and gave simple advice. He told him, "Put a ring on that finger." He saw love and devotion. What he did not understand at the time made that memory even more emotional later. He thought he was watching a caring partner. In reality, he was watching a woman helping the person she loved survive an invisible battle. Then August 28, 2020, arrived. The heartbreaking news spread across the world. Chadwick Boseman had passed away at the age of 43 after a private battle with colon cancer. The news shocked the world. Suddenly, every tired look, every quiet moment, and every act of care made sense. Only then did Denzel truly understand what he had been witnessing all along. In the end, what makes Chadwick Boseman's journey even more powerful is that he carried pain, fear, and uncertainty without letting it stop his purpose. His legacy continues to inspire millions today. After hearing everything Chadwick went through in silence, what moment in his story stayed with you the most? Share your thoughts about this in the comments below. If you found this video fascinating, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, because we'll be uploading more incredible stories like this one in the coming weeks. Until then, see ya!